not serious as possible as well, because being serious is probably one of the not so fun things. When you take things too seriously, you know, life just gets really stressful. And StarCraft is a game that I personally feel stresses a lot of people out. Like, StarCraft is a stressful game to play, so why not just do it for the lulz? Why not just do it for the lulz before, you know, before Pro League? So, all right, let's introduce the players, I guess. Spawning in the bottom left position, he's the blue Protoss player. He is convinced that 2-base Immortal all-ins are the most broken thing ever, and because of that, he is down 0-2. It is HyuN. And his opponent in the northeast position, spawning as the red Zerg player. He's, I don't know how many times I could mention he likes Wendy's, but I just really want the StarCraft community to just troll the shit out of Minigun about loving Wendy's so much. From Root Gaming, it is Chad Minigun Jones. So, Minigun's up 2-0, and he's basically been playing standard Zerg, really. HyuN's been bringing the heat, but Minigun has not yet found Minigun's actually kind of found his stride, but HyuN has not yet found a comfortable place in this match yet. And I'm just waiting now. I'm just waiting for HyuN to just bust out something completely different. If he does another Immortal Sentry all-in, I'm gonna be, you know, it'll be funny. It'll be funny. But I feel like Minigun's kind of got this figured out. He's probably... It's one of those things where when you try to do the super abusive attacks, like Immortal Sentry all-in versus a Zerg player, as a Protoss player, Minigun has probably tried to do certain attacks so many times that he's gotten a decent idea of how to stop it. And that's what makes this the most interesting thing, because Minigun has not tried anything abusive except for the follow-up part. So I guess you could say his Mutalisk play in the first game was pretty awesome. But yeah, so HyuN gets the read. He scouts. He knows exactly what's up. He's like, oh, okay, 15 hatch, whatever. And he's gonna try to go build this base in the natural. There we go. He does have 2 simulators. So where does HyuN go from here? He has the resources to get a very fast tech building behind this, but it's the mothership core. And I think he'll actually still have enough gas to make a reasonably quick transition into something like Stargate. This one Stalker is actually going to try to poke all on its own. It wants to be an hero. And here it goes. And of course we see that other queen. Man, that queen. It'll get there in a minute. Now it's here. Twilight Council for HyuN, so maybe we're going to see some sort of DT play. Maybe we going to see a little bit of Blink Stalkers. Goodness knows this is a good map for Blink. The question is, you know, I almost feel like it has to be Blink, because what else about this map is so good that a Twilight Council would be the entire reason that HyuN picks it. FYI, Minigun is about to see the Twilight. Oh my goodness. Oh my damn. And it's going to be a Dark Shrine. He knows. He's like, what else is that probe going to be there for? You joshing me, bro? What else is a probe going to be sitting there for? And he's like, nah. If he thinks it's a Dark Shrine, it ain't going to be Dark Shrine. 2 more gates on the way. Blink being researched. And this follow-up Overlord could spoil all of HyuN's plans. Minigun at the same time. He's trying to kill these rocks with queens. He's going to take his 3rd base. So Minigun has been playing super cookie cutter crisp Zerg. And I actually want to go one step further and just let you guys know, I know some people in the chat have already mentioned this, but I actually spoke with Chad, I'm literally the best StarCraft player ever in the world, Jones, and he said, yeah, I was actually Grandmaster with an account that was in, you know, a random account. Not literally a random account, but an account that played the random race. He was Grandmasters in Wings of Liberty. So he's already kind of got a feel, at least, for Zerg. Maybe he hasn't played it in too long, but, you know, the mechanics die hard. And he will pick off this Overlord. But Minigun knows that it's Blink. So how does Minigun prepare for this? You know, it's like Zerglings are okay. His lair is on the way in the natural expansion. Maybe we'll see Hydralisks. Minigun's not really gone for any high levels of tech aside from those aforementioned Mutalisks. So I just want to see him do something else because Minigun, don't be boring. You're up too well, Minigun. Do something stupid. Have some fun with it, man. Have some fun with it. Just because you thought HyuN was going to destroy you doesn't mean you need to be all, let's turtle, let's build 30,000 spine crawlers. But we'll see. HyuN's trying to bring the pain to that third. There are Zerglings on the map, though. That will make it quite difficult to just kill this. He does have the recall available. And with Blink, he's got a little space. He can josh around. He can micro. He can hip-hop. These two Stalkers into the center of the field might die horrible, painful deaths, though. No, runs right past. And so this third base will die. There's already a Zealot. Look at that. HyuN, he's on top of his game. But the Zerglings slip through. Oh, goodness. Oh, no. And the Sentry gets picked off. Minigun. Man, does this guy just play Zerg in his spare time for the lulz? Stalker's warped in to deal with these Zerglings. Might not help too much. But Minigun's actually just dancing around. So I think these Stalkers might be able to hold this off now. The rest of the Stalkers are here. He does have that Blink. And, you know, HyuN didn't really lose anything to those Zerglings. Just that Sentry. So he's still, I think, a reasonable space. He does have the Blink. He's got his second base. And he's got a reasonable number of probes. The worker count is 36 probes to 47 drones. But those drones can't really be, you know, crazy effective. You can't split them off to saturate a third base. And that's really the point that I'm trying to make. So HyuN is just, he's gone for a completely different type of strategy. His third base is being blocked by Minigun's Overlord. And Minigun does see him at this tower. So he knows. Minigun knows what HyuN is up to. The question is, can he stop it? And just pure roaches, HyuN will need the best blinks of his entire life. We'll need to see some Huck level blinks. And you know what? I normally wouldn't throw the compliments that way, but he actually, I was watching his stream earlier. He had some dirty blinks. He pretty much went Mass Stalker versus Roach Hydra and almost won. You know, because Stalkers kind of suck versus Hydralisks. But this is kind of interesting. Minigun trying to take that third base denied once again. And this is a little bit better for HyuN. He's actually been able to put the pressure on. He has, of course, the recall still available. And he does have the time warp. So he can mess around a little bit. Blink straight into the main base. And, ooh, this is a bit risky. I'd like to see a time warp. Try to slow these roaches down. Let the Stalkers start to chew away at this army. But, oh, he's got to be careful. Blink's back in. Oh, the roach is caught in the time warp. Might be able to pick up 1 or 2 kills. No, nothing yet. That third base is underway. I'd love to see some Zealots used to harass while the Stalkers have the whole army held over towards the east side. But HyuN's not able to find any openings just yet. He's going to add on another couple gateways. He's got that Forge Researching +1, and we might see him go for these rocks soon. Oh, but the Stalkers, they're being chased. These roaches are doing so well. I don't know. HyuN's in some trouble. HyuN is in some trouble. Minigun is playing really well for someone that plays Protoss. HyuN is having a really rough time with this matchup, and +1 attack will finish, so maybe help kill those roaches faster. He needs to break these rocks so that he can I think more safely move between his natural and his third. But the third base is just completed again for Minigun. And well, HyuN has not had any luck at all. Tunneling Claws on the way for Minigun. He's trying to get some hot steamy burrow action. That probe dies. And he's got a burrowed Zergling on this base. And suddenly HyuN will realize detection is a good unit. He can build an observer in about 5 seconds though. And he's like, why can't I place this? It's like, that feel. So there's this mothership course coming out to scout, maybe see where the roach ball is positioned. And of course the observer will be very important to not die to the obvious burrow issue that will be coming up. Where is that observer, by the way? He needs that with his army. These roaches do have burrow, and they'll be able to move in about 60 seconds, maybe 50 seconds. I think he saw that roach burrow. He needs to be so careful. Even if he gets a good engagement, the burrow could become a big problem, and there is that burrow. So burrow move is almost done too. He could just force field again and wait for the observer, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So Minigun, oh wow, there's actually no more force fields available for HyuN. HyuN's being pushed back. There's the time warp trying to shove him away. More sentries being warped in. Oh goodness, HyuN needs to be careful. His force fielded off these rocks, but there's so much for Minigun, and now he's got the burrow move. The observer is here, but he's trying to get away. He needs to blink the Stalkers. That sentry won't be able to escape. Grabs one of them. The Stalker might also die at the same time. And HyuN is being pushed back. Minigun. Was he hustling me when he thought he was going to lose? There's the counterattack from HyuN. He's trying to kill off this third base, and he might be able to do so. But the real question is, can he hold this attack off? There's a photon cannon here with the Immortal. If this Immortal doesn't get killed, then maybe it could do the damage necessary to hold this away, and it seems that he's done it. He needs to get out another Immortal very, very quickly, though. HyuN's got so many minerals and no gas. He's actually not mining. 2 of his probes are missing from his main base gas. No third base, but as long as he picks off the third base of HyuN, excuse me, a Minigun, then I guess he's reasonably okay. This game has gotten really awkward, and I'm sorry, all bias aside, I'm really biased for HyuN right now. And I have to be biased to want him to win this game because he's pretty boned. So many roaches, holy shit. That is an egregious number of roaches. And he's like, wall? Nah, man, I'm just gonna get rid of that just to start parsing this all apart. And there's not enough force fields to actually force him to fight. And here he comes. Those Immortals are right in front of everything. First Immortal gets picked off. Once the second Immortal is dead, I think, so is HyuN. And the Roach is just continuing to chew away at this force. The Stalkers give chase with a blinkaroo. But this supply is still so high. This Mothership Core is coming in here. It's bringing the counter-harass in. Does have a Zealot over here. And denying this third base is always important. It's very nice and cool to be able to do that. But HyuN needs a miracle. Where's the Observer? Okay, so he does pick off that Zergling. And picks off that Overlord. What an aggressive blink. That is just that's like a fuck you blink right under that Overlord. The Roach wants to go and block it again. Picks off 1 Roach for free. Dose Roach? No, okay, no 2 Roaches. He needs to place this Nexus. I feel like without a third base, I feel like if HyuN gets his third base up reasonably soon, he should be okay. Now there's the rocks to help block off this entrance. The Zealot does get snapped up. And this proxy pylon will also be eliminated. The Mothership Core does not see the Roaches towards the east side. And these Roaches maybe want to break down the back rocks, attack HyuN from the flank his natural expansion, perhaps. He should be able to see them with this photon cannon, though. And here come the Roaches. HyuN. Oh, he might get caught out of position, but the Mothership Core sees the army on this side. HyuN needs to be aware that both of these armies are here. He might just break these rocks and cancel the third base of HyuN. Minigun, with some great multitasking, has made this game a bit of a pain in the ass for his Korean opponent. And HyuN, oh my goodness, he's going to come up here. This third Nexus, will he be able to save it? It's so low. The Stalkers blink on top of it. It's so low, and the hit points down to just 20. He kills it. No cancel. And HyuN can't be feeling good about this right now. The Roaches have managed to slip on through. Oh my goodness, there's no detection in the main base. He needs to evacuate the probes. The third Nexus is under construction once again, but I feel like he's got to throw up some cannons. Unfortunately, he no longer has a huge bank of minerals. And while HyuN has managed to muster up a reasonably impressive army, he's got sharks. I feel like I'm watching some Tremors level stuff here. He's got the Roaches sitting behind the gas in the main base. And he's got the Roaches and Hydralisks now. So much more cost effective versus this army setup. And Minigun just waits. He's waiting for a big fight to unburrow those Roaches. He does not want to give HyuN any chance of being able to properly defend this, since he does have Stalkers with those upgrades sitting here. +2 attack is done for the ranged units of Minigun. But he's just camping on this third. He really, really wants this third base. Stalkers blink over as soon as these Roaches unburrow. And oh, goodness gracious, is he... he's just being annoying. Look at the gas. He's really hurt the gas mining of HyuN quite significantly. The Roaches try to attack the front with the Hydralisks, but no can do. That choke point is a little bit too small, I feel, to work. But Minigun can just unburrow the Roaches, kill a Stalker, burrow, move back. But now the Observer is coming in, so he'd be forced to stand and deliver, as it were. And gets last probe mining gas on that geyser. And now the Observer's here, so Minigun will be forced to fight with these Roaches, and gets 1 Stalker. And if he gets another Stalker, okay, yeah, he's actually doing pretty well. This is definitely worth it. Minigun just wanted to kill something with this force. HyuN blinks back 1 of them, blinks back again, and then loses it anyway. Blink seems so cool. The micro potential seems so awesome until you have to actually do the micro. Then it just becomes a nightmare. So this is a ginormous army, but Swarm Hosts are on the production tab. Minigun's about to go full fire cake on this game, and HyuN needs to do something about it. 8 Ocho Spine Crawlo being built in the center of the map. Actually, excuse me, 9. I don't know the Spanish word for 9, so we're just going to go back to English. Picks off Creep Tumors, grabs the Roach the tower. Let's see what he can do here. He does have a couple force fields available. HyuN's been playing with very low numbers of sentries this whole series long, but the sentries have managed to accumulate enough energy that it's almost like he has a decent number. And here are the swarm hosts. This could be it. He wants to just force field away. Maybe pick off this hatchery and then blink back. I don't know, but this is actually a pretty reasonable force fields coming out from HyuN. He's locked a lot of these Hydralisks away, and he's actually starting to do some work, but the mothership core is dead, which means if he loses this fight, it's game over. He can't retreat. He cannot retreat. His army is stuck here. He's going to pick off this base. The drones will burrow and try to hide. This observer is still alive here somewhere, but now the locusts are going to try to keep this army stuck in. He needs to watch his blinks. If he moves these immortals away, he could be in trouble. So that's actually a really nice pickup by HyuN. He's still alive. And now I think with the +3 attack coming in, HyuN needs to get another robotics facility and a robotics bay. He needs to get Colossi. He has not built a single Stargate in this match yet. He really likes the robotics bay tech, the robotics facility tech. Actually, I can't even say robotics bay tech. He just likes gateway units and immortals. More stalkers and zealots being warped in. Okay. I guess I can dig it. It's going to be very difficult to break this, though. There are a shit ton of swarm hosts. A literal metric shit ton. If that wasn't graphic enough for you. So he's picking off some of these locusts. And HyuN is learning how it feels to lose very expensive stalkers to free units. And the Hydras as well. This DPS of this army is absurdly high, especially considering that it costs nothing anymore now that the locusts have... Now that these swarm hosts are out on the map. The observer sees them. He kind of knows where they are, but getting on top of them is so difficult. And without the force fields, abusing the positioning is equally hard. So here he comes. He's attacking, and he's not getting too much done. Oh, what's he going to be able to do here? He's moving in. The next wave of locusts is mere 5 seconds away, and it's about to pop. Can he kill the swarm host before the next wave is out? I don't know. He's just trying to win with sheer numbers. Blinks into locusts. And, oh, this is going to be really rough. He's basically, I don't know. It's like trying to punch through a razor blade. And these Hydras, with the support of these locusts, will destroy this Protoss army. HyuN learns a very valuable lesson. I hope he learned his lesson about swarm hosts, because there are still 15 of them on the map. And you cannot just kill them like that. It's not how it works. HyuN just been sitting on these 10 gateways. He's playing really stubbornly, and that could cost him. Minigun's willing to adapt. And you know, it's almost, oh my goodness, wow, it's really the two jerk meta has come around the circle. Minigun, the Zerg player, is adapting, and we have a very stubborn Protoss that wants to all in and kill his opponent, and seems frustrated when it doesn't work. Kappa. Zealots are running in towards the third base, and Minigun will try to deny this once again. That fourth base does have a reasonable amount of mining, but the swarm hosts are making the way over. This Immortal's been left for dead. No Immortal run. Has 12 kills, so I think he's earned his tenure. He shouldn't have to die. This base will get destroyed. These drones are they've been sent to evacuate towards the very east base. And now the locusts are just trying to pick off this Nexus. HyuN's like, how much damage do these things do? Do I have to use these the next time I kill a foreigner in Zotac Cup? There's that photon overcharge. The Zealots are still here attacking this base. He's trying to move towards that natural area. And he's trying to gank the Swarm Host, but no luck there. Swarm Host is as Swarm Host does, and that is reproduce endlessly. But I feel like he wants to just draw the attention away. This base being blocked is also really annoying. HyuN clearly wanted to expand. But these waves of Locust, man. Oh, that Nexus. He's starting to take out the real hit points on this bad boy. And this next wave of Locust will kill it. I don't think, Is HyuN just going to go full... He's going full YOLO base, right? He's brought some of the Locusts back, but I think this might be enough to kill this Nexus off. Here's the engaged force field off these Locusts. He's trying to parse them as well as he can, and he might just move in towards the fourth base of Minigun. The Nexus is solo. He does pick it off, though. And HyuN is almost completely fucked. He probably wants to kill off this rock tower to hide himself some space. I mean, at least he's denied the mining, but Minigun... Oh, Minigun. Minigun, please. Please, Chad. It's drones. Well, if there was one way to throw this game, that might be it. But he's still got enough resources that it should be virtually impossible. Considering this is a virtual game, the odds are still in his favor. Force fields to cover his retreat. He is balls deep in Minigun's base. HyuN is trying to make something work. He killed a swarm host. Maybe he wins because he got one of them. I don't know. He's trying to move into the main base Oh my goodness, talk about locking yourself in. You can check out, but you cannot leave. And there's the force field. He's going to try to kill off the entire main. Just leave the sentries behind. Just walk away. When it's over and a heart breaks. Oh, man. And the roaches begin to show. This is exactly what he needs to do. Just leave the sentries here. Force field for days. And let the stalkers do their evil work. But no, he's lost some sentries. He can no longer indefinitely hold this ramp. And he actually did kill a sizable number of forces, but now the swarm hosts are going to be in a fisticuffs battle against probes and, oh man, the locusts. Turn the children's eyes away. Spare my Kappas. He's going to lose a lot to this. These forces are still alive in the main base. Maybe everything will die. I can blink these stalkers out. Oh, he does manage to save some of the lives of these units. If only he could find this last mining base. He doesn't know about it. Oh, he's going to try to come back. If he can take care of these swarm hosts, it'd be legendary. But I still think there's an infestation pit. He could make a pentillion infestors or something. There's no anti-air, so an observer in this mothership core, given a long enough time frame, could theoretically kill it. But he's going to come over now. He sees it. He's like, ah, Zerg player expand everywhere. I see. GG from HyuN. Minigun has a 3-1 lead. The fuck? This has been crazy. And I think HyuN, Copperino, Frappuccino, Pastorino'd in the wrong dongerino. 3-1 lead for Minigun against a Korean. Even in off-race matches, that's still... I'm still surprised. I'm impressed.